Welcome back to Random Romania. I have here with me Jerome, who comes from Holland, and we've been chatting for the last 3 weeks. He decided to jump in a car and come over here and see me to check out our community, which we're building, and just to learn a bit about Romania. And Jerome is unusually 21, and this was what I was hoping a lot more people would do, but he's actually bitten the bullet and headed straight over here in a couple of weeks of discussing it. So we're just going to talk about what you've discovered, what you think, what's motivating you, and explain a bit about yourself. And firstly, what are you doing for a living that enables you just to jump in a car and come over here?
Right. So I do marketing. I just finished my studies last year, bachelor in international business. And I found some work by doing marketing, mostly online marketing, social media marketing for a few companies. And that allows me to kind of, be here, travel around, go to Romania, and still be able to pay off my, driving costs mostly, because I have the luxury of being 21, so I'm still living at my parents' place. But I hope that changes pretty soon. But,
And what got you interested in Romania? And you're obviously, from talking to you, you're clearly serious about moving somewhere in this part of the world, maybe here. What is it you want to get away from in Holland, and what is it you like about here?
Yeah, so I was pretty new to Eastern Europe. This is actually the first time I've been here in all my entire life. It's not like I dislike the Netherlands per se. It's a great country. I've also realized that when traveling around. I've been to multiple places in the world. But I think Eastern Europe and Romania specifically, it has this kind of more free vibe to it, if I could say. Like I can do more things here. It's easier to do business here, or so I've heard, and I'm trying to figure out. And that kind of caught my attention. And regarding to the community, it got my attention that it might be great to actually live with a group of people that is quite like-minded and kind of wants to live together for the same reasons as me.
So what would those reasons be then? Give me some examples of the things, the specific things that got your attention about the community.
So, I'm pretty interested in farming my own food. I come from a rural backdrop in the Netherlands. I'm not from any big city at all. So I have a little bit of experience with growing some food, mostly as a family. And I kind of want to expand on that and grow most, or if not all, of my own food.
Why is that? For economic reasons, or because you?
No, because I actually want to eat.
You want to know where your food's come from,
exactly.
basically.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah,
have you got into this all meat diet thing? I've been doing this a bit recently, and it's
all meat diet.
Well.
No. I'm following a diet. It's called Blueprints.
But you are following one, yeah?
Yes. Yeah. I'm a little bit of a health nerd.
It's very interesting how a lot of people are really taking their diet seriously recently, and what they actually eat. So interesting.
Yeah.
What's your first impression of Romania from what you've seen? Because we went around my place, had a look where we're building the community, in the hills around there, and then up into the mountains, into more remote areas.
It was beautiful.
Yeah,
definitely.
That was the big impression, that it's just such a beautiful country.
Yeah, so I mean, I knew from before that, you got the Carpathians, or the big mountain range going through Romania. And I knew that, Eastern Europe in general was actually a very beautiful place. I've lived in Norway for a while, for 8 months. Of course, it's also very beautiful. And I went there actually for that particular reason, because I love hiking. I love being out in nature and doing all kinds of activities, running as well. So I was like, well, Norway is a bit expensive. I love the country. Why not check out, the mountains here? I was a bit surprised to learn that there's actually a very big bear population. Bear population, right? Yeah. But that's still kind of, I still need to get used to that. But obviously, you can make your preparations. And also, I was told, you can have your bear spray.
The roads are more dangerous than the bears, to be fair.
I realise that, I started realising
everybody notices that after a while. You can't have
can't
have everything perfect.
Yeah, true. No, they, especially if you're from Western Europe like me, the type of driving experience that you are used to is it's not going to be the same here. No.
Yes. And what kind of timescale are you thinking about doing this? Are you what's your plan? I mean, are you committed to leaving Holland? Are you committed to Eastern Europe? You said something about you're going to drive to to Bulgaria and check out some other countries as well?
Yeah. So so I've been a week now in Romania. So I've gotten a fair impression of the country. Obviously not what you would get if you live here for multiple months. But I'm also curious about
where are you going? You said Bulgaria and some other countries?
I want to go to Bulgaria and then kind of drive in a circle, so through Serbia, Croatia, Slovenia, and then drive back home to the Netherlands.
Okay, remember this bit because we have to make the follow-up video when he gets back so we can compare everywhere with Romania. And,
that'll be interesting.
And try and pitch Romania even harder. Not because we tend to do that.
Well, according to, because I'm going to Bulgaria, there's a friend I know that for quite a while. And according to him, Romania and Bulgaria is quite similar. He's Bulgarian, he likes Bulgaria better. You're living in Romania, you like Romania better.
Yes, but Romania is better. I mean,
we'll see about that,
I've got Bulgarian friends that come over here and prefer it, so we'll see.
I want to see with my eyes, exactly. Yeah.
Okay, what was it that first got you thinking about? I mean, I guess your age living in Holland, you don't just suddenly start thinking, oh, I think I'll move to Eastern Europe. What was it that got your attention and got you interested, and how did all that start? And have you been talking to other people your age? I mean, because typically the people who contact me are 30 plus, 30, 40, 45, and tend not to be over 55, And those are the people who are interested in making a big change. So it's very cool that someone so young gets in contact. And I hope a lot of the young people who are watching our videos, because I know they do, because I've got all the demographic information. I hope more young people see it as inspiring, because it kind of is. So what was it that got you interested in this? What got you thinking in this direction?
Like I said, I've lived in different countries for like a short time. Norway 8 months. I've also been in the UK for a few months. And in general, I like traveling. It got me thinking because I have a business background. I'm 21, I know, but I have a business background. So I know there's better opportunities. I've learned this. Well, one very easy example is, of course, taxation, which...
The tax rate,
Yes.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, tax rates are, well, compared to Romania in Western Europe, they're pretty ridiculous.
Yeah, ridiculously cheap here?
Sorry?
So you were saying the tax rates in Western Europe are ridiculously high compared to...
Yes. This is
true.
You could say this is ridiculously cheap, sure. Yeah. It all depends what your perspective is of course. So I started looking into that. It's way lower. So, I started thinking... why would I not go there, right? Or what would not be the reason? And obviously, like maybe in the Netherlands,
Did you say you're in marketing, right?
Yes.
Yeah, you should help us market our channel.
Maybe.
You're doing quite well so far.
Thanks. But it just got me thinking, and I wanted to experience it because I can stay at my home, and kind of look at your videos, which are nice, they give me a lot of information, and like, well, that's interesting, But I'm not going to learn more from that. I need to experience it and see if it's actually doable for me. I can already tell, like, one of the harder parts for me right now is actually pretty simple. It's simply the weather. Yeah. It's very hot. Yeah. It's like, I think it's 30 degrees.
It's not hot if you get up early in the morning.
Sure.
But at 6 o'clock, it's nice and cool. Yeah.
Yeah. That's sure. Yeah.
This is why people have siestas in the afternoon in hot countries, because
I'm not used to that.
No, I get it. Yeah. It's scorchingly hot like this for a couple of months, and then it gets more rational.
Yeah. So, I mean, if you have air conditioning and you don't mind being inside, then it's fine, I guess. But you need to be aware of it. Like, I'm an outdoors person, so I can't go running. Well, I probably could, but it's difficult.
Sorry, what was that?
I can't really go running in this weather. Probably people will laugh at me. Well, I'm perhaps not that big of a runner. Because I don't really like running outside when it's 30 degrees and higher. Sure. I like running when it's...
You don't care, do you?
No,
you just run in everything.
He's a real Romanian. Like, I hope I get to the level soon.
That's because you're acclimatized to the climate. When I first got here in 2001, I lived in Bucharest for a while, and my clothes were just wringing wet the whole time because I sweated so much. After 3 or 4 months, I kind of got used to it.
And the winter is still really, I mean, around -30 also.
Yeah, now you're just showing off.
No.
You are. Oh, me too, by the way. Me too, by the way. So if it's minus, it's cool with me. But if it's very hot, but sure, maybe I can get used to it. I've just been here for 1 week, but that's something that you would definitely realize if you're not from a hot country and you will get it for the first time. Like,
Yes, sure.
that's what you realize. Yeah.
Yes.
And other things that I've noticed so far. Well, driving different, temperature different. The people.
What do you think about the people you've come across?
Yeah, I need more experience, honestly, to tell like really how the people here are. But it depends, of course, just like in any other country. I think in general.
I mean, in general, did people seem friendly with you or indifferent or?
I think a little bit indifferent, sure. Yeah, but it's like some people, but some people.
At least he's honest. You got to.
Yeah, I want to be honest.
We have to put this in because people watch our videos because we're honest.
You gave me a very positive impression first. Like you started smiling,
Yeah, that's because he's one of my mates. I'm quite selective.
But if you're used to, let's say, going into a restaurant and being greeted with like, "Hello, nice to meet you. You want to take a seat?" Like, no, I haven't really seen that yet. Maybe I just haven't been to the right place.
You had a bad experience with some Airbnbs and stuff, right, as well?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was just really hot. I really need aircon in order to sleep. Otherwise, I just kind of, You too?
Yeah.
Thank you, mate. Thank you for backing me up. No, but it's hard, if you're not used to it. And also.
Okay, so are you going to go and do you think you'll go back and tell all your friends that it's a great idea and that they'll like it as well and suggest it?
I'll tell them what I'm telling you right now.
Yeah.
Keep this in mind.
Yeah.
But I think
keep it as an option.
Keep it as an option. But I think in general, and I'm not sure, but I think this probably counts for a lot of Eastern European countries. You just need to be a little bit more particular and need to do a little bit more research where you're staying, what you're doing, compared to, let's say, a Western country. Because I'm really not used to it.
But you see, this is exactly why I'm building this community, because everybody has this problem.
Yeah.
Romanians have this problem with networking and finding serious people to do serious stuff with. It's not, it's just for one reason or another. People have their way of doing things, and if you're used to, people sticking to times and doing the things they say they're going to do and taking people at their word, it's hard to find that here. But there are plenty of people here you can find like that.
Obviously.
And of course, same in the West. And I miss the interaction with Westerners, so this is why we're trying to do this community thing. So interesting, yeah.
But I mean, for me personally, in the end, I do want to learn Romanian if I would actually start living here.
Yeah.
Because I also think it's important just to be on good terms with whoever's around you. Like so far, I've had a few longer conversations with Romanians. Yeah, if you talk to them a little bit longer, they actually open up quite a lot, and they do start to show more facial expressions, I would say, and you really get this little bit of a brotherhood feeling. I had this with some guys I met. I went to the sauna. I love saunas, and then it can actually be pretty fun, But you could say it counts for every country. Like people are people, obviously with different cultures. But yeah, I think it will just help immensely for any culture or country to learn the language. They'll get used to it more easily. Yeah.
I should do that one day. Everybody complains.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and maybe in 20 years.
Did you look at properties here? Any property prices? Any opinions about that? Do you get a feel for what things cost?
Yes, slightly. I didn't really look into specific properties or specific areas. No, not like that. But it's not that hard to spot, even for if you're not into business, that it's pretty cheap here. So. That's also
any idea how much cheaper than what you expect in
the Netherlands?
In the Netherlands, yeah.
Probably ranges from 20 or 30 times cheaper to 5 times cheaper. Yeah.
Really, that much?
Maybe I'm wrong. There's probably some people that are more experienced than me in this, but
okay.
But I think I could name some places and compare them to something similar in the Netherlands, and especially land.
Sorry.
Especially land.
Yes, I mean farmland definitely is much cheaper, but I think farmland in Holland is some of the most expensive on the planet.
Well, the thing is that the market there is already kind of completely developed, mostly. You know, like obviously they can always change something, but yeah, and we're very intensive in what we do.
When do you think you're going to decide what you're doing in terms of whether you're going to leave Holland or not? Have you made your mind up on that, or are you thinking Eastern Europe, or maybe look at some other places? Or
Yeah, so I mean, I think I like Romania, and I think I like your place. I like the land you have, so that might definitely be an option to join you. I'm kind of saving some money right now, and so maybe in like 3 to 6 months I might actually be able to, because it does interest me, and like apart from the summer weather, I think the other climates or the other seasons are going to be just fine for me.
what would your advice be to other people your age group, from
My age group,
from Western Europe or from Holland or from Western Europe in general, who are maybe come across this video and are thinking, oh, that's interesting? Because there are, I think there's lots of videos of young people who travel all over the world, but they tend to be doing gap years and things like that. It's quite unusual to come across someone who's thinking just to move to another country.
Yeah.
So what would your advice be to young people who are maybe thinking about it and see this video? What would you think?
Yeah, well, I'm not sure if I'm in a position to give that kind of advice, but really check the country, consider your options. You're not going to find a job which would be as highly paid as probably in your home country, obviously. So it's better if you have something of an online job, because we didn't talk about this, but the internet in Romania is superb.
Yes.
It's really good. It's like, I think you have like 1 gigabit of download speed and maybe like 600 of upload speed, and I don't even have that much in my home back in the Netherlands.
It's famous for it, Romania.
Well, I didn't know.
And you saw in the countryside. It's
I'm talking about the countryside.
Oh,
it's crazy. So you can definitely do whatever you want on the internet.
It's good for people who want to work online.
Yes, basically.
It's a great place if you want to work online and work from an office somewhere. Or live in the country and work online,
Yeah, and you gotta realize, do you want to kind of live like what you are trying to make, like a countryside life with a community of, well, obviously a lot of Western people, which is kind of your target group. Do you want to live in such a community? I personally find that interesting. I can already learn a lot from you. I've learned a lot from you in the past few weeks. So that's definitely worth it in that sense, because I think you're the type of guy that likes to just share his experience.
Yeah, with business stuff. Because I was there once and I know a fair bit about.
And if I learn, or if you come, then that will add something back to the community. But like, you got to realize that's probably nice if you're in a community like that. But if you want to live in, let's say, a city, it's definitely a very different life. And I personally wouldn't like to live in a Romanian city, I think. Because for me, it's
I think a lot of Romanians, after the experience of the last few years, are wanting out of cities, to be honest.
Perhaps,
there's a lot of building going on in my area, clearly. And it seems to be all Romanian, so they're coming there from somewhere.
But I don't think it's a typical Romanian trend only. You see this more in other countries around the world too, where people with online jobs, they have the capability to live somewhere else, and
to work from anywhere.
Usually countryside is cheaper, like wherever you go, and you also have more land then, and you can maybe start a family there, and that's also family values are much greater here in Romania.
Oh, interesting. You see that, do you?
Yeah.
What gave you that impression?
Because the first impression I got when we were in a restaurant, and it was just this very big family of Romanians.
In a restaurant?
Yes, in a restaurant, It was just a feeling, actually.
Yeah. It's true.
The way they interact with each other.
It is true, because you see that a lot. I mean, people are into their...
And if I compare that, to a family in a family restaurant, for example, in the Netherlands, like most kids were like, and then the other one would be sitting like this, and that didn't really happen. Like they were properly like interacting like normal human beings.
Yeah.
So it felt more coherent. It felt more true to life, kind of. Maybe that's the best way I can put it.
Okay. Well, I think we covered plenty of stuff. and we'll see, because you're going to drive around some other countries.
Yeah.
And we see if you come back, and then we can do a follow up then.
Yeah.
And if there's any youngsters out there that are interested by this video, please contact us in the comments, and you guys can chat directly if necessary.
Yeah.
Good. That was it then. Thanks very much for watching. Remember to like and subscribe and all that stuff, and comment below the video if you've got any questions. And we'll see you again soon. Bye for now.
Cheers. Bye.
Bye.